Tonight, our local doctors shared their concerns about healthcare in our region. And Port Augusta's hockey community looking to restart the sport in the city.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with John Hunt begins now.
Good evening. The Federal Regional Health Minister has spoken with health professionals across the Spencer Gulf on how to attract more GPs to the region. David Gillespie says newer doctors are discouraged by the higher workload and prefer to become specialists.
Hearing the voice of medical professionals working in the Spencer Gulf, the Federal Regional Health Minister, speaking at a video conference last night, aimed at addressing the shortage of general practitioners in our region.
The take-home message is that the older multi-skilled general practitioner is retiring and there are not young GP registrars available.
One issue raised during the meeting was the lack of incentive for graduate doctors to go regional. They say it'll help reward the increased workload and recognise multi-skilling. Graduates are preferring to work as a specialist or in metropolitan areas, which provide better pay and rosters.
The payment doesn't match their responsibility, their skills, or 1 in 2 rosters come hail or sunshine, you've got to be available.
Last night's video conference was attended by several doctors and health professionals from across the region, including existing GPs, specialists and pharmacists, all pleading for more help to alleviate the pressure they're facing.
We don't have a lot of young doctors racing off to small towns. I think the reason is quite obvious. It's just that the value proposition that's being put forward is just not adequate.
Mark Zita, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Silverton has slowly emerged from its COVID shutdown and is welcoming back tourists from across the country. Operators bracing for a busy summer season, with major events setting up the village for a busy 2022.
Bustling like Burke Street, Tuesday lunchtime at Silverton sees life return to the Outback Village.
Last time I said, what tourism? Now people just keep walking through the gate. It's amazing.
Sydney's lockdown and border restrictions left Silverton a ghost town at the beginning of August. Now less than 2 weeks since restrictions on travelling to regional New South Wales lifted, Sydney-siders and Victorians are filling the streets.
The people I'm speaking to, they're just so relieved that they can get out and move and see people and speak to people. I think we'll be busy all through summer. I don't think it really will matter to them.
Average temperatures in the 30s, not enough to deter summer travellers.
We've got bookings happening over the summer, which, look, it isn't unusual, but it is different.
Unfortunately, it's still a little bit slow out here, but we've got a lot of bookings coming up in December and January.
It's no secret a busy events calendar means a reprieve is unlikely until Easter. Local operators pushing the same message as those in Broken Hill: book ahead so you don't miss out.
The week before the bash, we are looking pretty booked out at the moment, but after the bash, we're looking good.
Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
A driver will face court after allegedly doing a burnout in Waialanori over the weekend. Officers received numerous complaints from residents at around 9 p.m. on Sunday, with tyre marks extending for around 30 metres along parts of Nicholson Avenue. After collecting security vision and footage from bystanders, police attended a Waialastut house, where they questioned a 28-year-old man before arresting him. His car was also impounded for 28 days. A man has been caught drink driving after being stopped at Streaky Bay. At around 8 p.m. on Saturday, police stopped a Ford station wagon on Bay Road for a mobile driver test. The driver, a 41-year-old man from Streaky Bay, allegedly returned a blood alcohol reading of 0.123, more than twice the legal limit. The man was reported and issued with an immediate 6-month loss of licence. He will be summoned to appear in court at a later date. Port Augusta's hockey community has met with the city's potential future state MP for help to establish a new league. Club members are appalled players currently have to travel to Whyalla and Port Pirie to play the game.
A team looking to bring hockey back. Jeff Brock travelling to Port Augusta to understand the strong presence the sport once had in the city.
It's been very beneficial, and the old saying is if you don't listen to people, you don't know what's going on.
The league that once had 12 women's teams, 6 men's teams and 4 junior teams has all but vanished in recent years. The old Flinders View hockey grounds a shadow of its former self, with the sport currently without a home.
It was good of some of the members of the old hockey players to come, and we have put our situation with them.
Past players are passionate about developing a new younger wave of players.
I think that, as they've indicated, we need to look at the long term, and it's not only the hockey itself, but also how can we get some extra sports into Port Augusta.
The group taking time to outline locations around the city that could host new grounds. They say the new complex could be designed to host not only hockey, but soccer and archery that have also been struggling to find space.
We have a lot of problem with the youth doing all sort of things. If they are playing a good sport, it'll help the community.
I'll be doing whatever I can to work with this group here and other groups in Port Augusta to see if we can increase the opportunity for more participation in sport through the schools and also through the other organisations.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, our region set to raise awareness about the impact of domestic violence, and an Eyre Peninsula Council set to introduce a recycling program. Welcome back. The Zonta Club and the Port Lincoln Violence Against Women group are coming together to shine a light on domestic violence. The organisation's holding an event later this month to launch 16 days of activism.
It's a sobering statistic and something far too prevalent in our community. National figures show 1 in 4 Australian women will experience some sort of domestic abuse in their life.
It is happening to some degree, but yeah, I think if all the organisations here can work together as well, that will make us just that much stronger and bring the word forward.
Action groups coming together in an effort to stamp out violence against women. The Port Lincoln Zonta group launching the 16-day period with a dinner at the Port Lincoln Yacht Club on November 25th.
Well, welcome. We've got a guest speaker, Constable Paul Bartley, who will be speaking on cyber security. So whether you're 6, 16 or 60, it'll be a great gig for everyone to be involved.
The Viterra silos will be lit up in orange for the period, while other parts of the city will display the colour.
Along the Tasman Terrace, the lights along the trees will be orange as well, so keep your eyes out for that. There's a sign on the entrance into town just bringing awareness to the 16 days of activism.
Ms Colwell says abuse can be more than just physical violence.
Coercive control can be anything from they might be tracking you by the phone, they might be controlling your finances, controlling who you talk to. So it is quite a psychological strain as well on the relationship.
Dylan Smith, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
And a new phone line has been launched for men in the Spencer Gulf who feel they are at risk of perpetrating domestic violence. The state government hopes the service will help break the cycle and provide men with preventative support.
It's an attempt to step in and stop domestic violence before it begins. A new confidential phone line launched this week to help Spencer Gulf men at risk of perpetrating violence before the behaviour escalates.
We can hopefully connect with more men who might be using violence or might be likely to use violence and potentially interrupt their choices.
The men's referral service, operated by the No to Violence group, will also train local support services, aiming to better equip them and help identify potential clients.
We're not coming in over the top of existing service providers. We really want to work in tandem with people who are already on the ground and say, well, how can we add value and how can we help you get better?
In a statement, Human Services Minister Michelle Lensink says supporting at-risk men is key to breaking the cycle of domestic violence. It's hoped men across our region will be encouraged to contact the service and get the help they need.
You know, you have very small populations, very spread out. It can be very hard to seek help because you might be identified and all of those things.
For more information, visit the No to Violence website. Mark Zita, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
And if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, support is available. Please contact 1-800-RESPECT. That's 1-800-737-732. Port Augusta residents are urged to roll up their sleeves, with the Red Cross needing an extra 7,000 people to donate blood over the next fortnight. Residents can make donations in the Lifeblood pop-up centre at Central Oval from the 23rd to the 26th of November.
1 in 3 people will need blood or blood product in their lifetime, and yet only 1 in 30 donate.
They say blood is more critical in a post-lockdown world, with surgeries resuming, and a rise in road trauma as people get back behind the wheel. To book a donation, visit lifeblood.com.au or call 13 14 95. Lower Eyre Peninsula residents will soon begin a trial program aimed at introducing recycling to the region. The move comes as National Recycling Week gets underway, with locals urged to think about what they throw away.
Helping to reduce the impact on the environment, Lower Eyre Peninsula Council has begun trialling a fortnightly curbside recycle collection.
It's fantastic, and our information shows that 60% of our waste can actually be directed from landfill to be recycled, which is amazing.
The council's CEO saying there has been overwhelming support.
Being accepted in a very positive way, and it really did show that there is a strong need out there in the community for the program.
The trial coinciding with National Recycling Week. Rebecca Gilling from Planet Ark says there has been a huge uptake in people doing the right thing since the campaign started in 1996.
Australians recycled about 80 kilos of materials per person per year. That number is now 1.7 tonnes per person per year.
She says the younger generations are leading the charge.
Absolutely. I mean, it's their world that they're going to inherit, and they're very conscious of that.
Also praising South Australia as a leader in this space.
And of course, South Australia led the way with container deposit schemes, recycling glass containers.
Dylan Smith, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us. The Pitchy Ritchie Railway set to represent South Australia on the national stage. And soccer returns to the field in Broken Hill. The Flinders Ranges tourism industry is still celebrating after taking out multiple prizes at the 2021 South Australian Tourism Awards. One of the winners excited by the opportunity to represent the region at the upcoming national event.
Full steam ahead. There is no stopping the Pitchy Ritchie Railway after their win at the 2021 South Australian Tourism Awards. The historic service taking home Tourist Attraction of the Year.
Look, it's certainly going to lift the profile of Pitchy Ritchie as a premier tourist attraction. It's put us into the National Awards for Tourism.
It means they have automatically qualified for the National Awards, which will be held on the Sunshine Coast in February.
All of our membership, all of our volunteers are happy, because everyone's put in a lot of hard work to do this.
The Society is honoured by their opportunity to have the chance to present their renowned attraction to a wider audience.
Not only South Australia, and it's going to be the rest of Australia are going to see Pitchy Ritchie.
Pitchy Ritchie Railways is quite special. Just their trip through the pass, unique. Flinders Ranges scenery.
The Railway Society says the win has a number of benefits, with the group confident that the extra publicity will attract more tourists to the region.
Hopefully, they'll get customers out of it. It means we'll bring people into our area.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
While some sports ended their season when Broken Hill's lockdown began, the local soccer league has confirmed it will play its final series. The under-14s will open the semi-finals next Friday, leading up to the A-grade grand final on the 20th. The association today also announcing the Musicians Club as naming sponsor.
I've been there 39 years now and we've not finished the season off.
It's great to see soccer be able to finish their season after the disruption through COVID, and it's a credit to the committee out there.
The funds have gone towards purchasing new canteen appliances. Meanwhile, tennis and basketball are dominating the local sports scene, with some tight contests recorded this week. Team sports is slowly returning to Broken Hill, but most are still on a COVID hiatus. Lachlan Netta has this weekend's sports wrap.
Here in Broken Hill, most sporting competitions are still rebooting after the COVID lockdown, so it's really been left to our golfers to fly the local sport flag. In Sunday's 18-hole Stableford medley, Max Everest claimed top spot with 39 points. Sam Sutcliffe breathing down his neck in second place with 37. In the men's team comp on Saturday, Jeff Bevan and Liam DeFranceschi scored 77 in a tight contest. Stephen Johansson and Trevor Paul just a single point behind. And in the 18-hole women's Pinehurst, Gaynor Holiday and Janice Baum finished 71 and 3/8 net. Louise Schofield and Alison Moldenhauer finished second. Down to Port Lincoln for some Monday men's tennis. Air Eye Centre won by just a single game. GPK Accounting had a comfortable win, as did Sports Power. And in Friday's games, a close one between Bendigo Bank and Port Lincoln Dental, while McDonald's were too strong for Yumba Aquaculture. Rain hampered the Southern Flinders tennis comp over the weekend with just 2 games played. Orroroo and Melrose both coming away with easy wins. In round 4 of men's basketball in Port Augusta, Eagles claimed a 6-point win over a determined Wildcats side, and it was a relatively close contest between Titans and Cobras, Titans winning 43-38. Another tight game in Port Pirie with Ducks winning by just 4 points against Pacers Green. Pacers comfortably won their game against Globetrotters by 13 points. In Whyalla basketball, Bevan Braves defeated Demons, while the Wildcats won both of their games. In Port Lincoln, the opening game of round 5 was a close one. The second, not so much. Rangers more than doubling Wayback's total of 31 points. Wrapping things up with softball in Whyalla, where the Cats were kept scoreless for 3 innings and couldn't recover. Roadrunners defeated Indians 6-4. Now, if your league scores weren't included in our bulletin, we'd love to change that. All you need to do is get in touch through our Facebook page.
Stay with us after the break. Broken Hill Council turning to locals to fill jobs. And we'll have the region's weather forecast with Alex Sykes. Hello again. Broken Hill City Council is hoping to train locals for job vacancies rather than attracting staff from other regions. Trainees have recently been appointed in the fields of economic development, IT, construction, tourism and the local library. General Manager Jane Nankiville saying Council has been too reliant on sourcing skilled workers from out of town. Further positions are expected to open in the coming months and be listed on Council's website. Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather as we continue moving through the working week. With all the latest details, here's Alex Sykes.
Thanks, John, and good evening, everyone. Well, it wasn't as wet as we predicted today, with mainly cloudy conditions across the region. However, showers are forecast right through until Saturday. A few warnings also current for the region too. More detail on that in just a moment. From 3 p.m. today, Port Lincoln was 19, Port Pirie was 24, and Cooper Pedy had showers and was 31 degrees. Looking further out across the region now, Broken Hill was mostly sunny and 29, Port Augusta was 25, Whyalla 21, Adelaide reached 19, Woodner was partly cloudy and reached 22, Kadina and Cleve were 20 degrees, Clare was 23 and Coffin Bay was 17. Taking a look at the satellite image now, widespread cloud is affecting West and South Australia. A trough is deepening and gaining moisture, which is generating rain and storms. Some are intense. Some low cloud in the far south in cool southerly winds is causing the odd light shower. High jet stream cloud reaching the east is not causing expecting any rain. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas around 1 metre, and south to southwesterly swell 1 to 1.5 metres. A warning for severe thunderstorms as well as a flood watch is current for parts of the northwest and northeast districts. Port Lincoln will be partly cloudy tomorrow with 18 degrees. Cleaver shower or two also 18, and Woodner is set to reach 21. Whyalla also set to be 21 degrees tomorrow. Port Augusta a shower or two and 23, and a possible shower in Kadina with 22 degrees there. Port Pirie will reach 20 degrees, Clare 20, and Broken Hill with a possible shower and set to reach 25 degrees. Taking a look further through the week now, Thursday will bring more showers. Port Augusta 19, Woodner with only 15 degrees, Port Lincoln 16. Similar conditions on Friday, temperatures in the late teens, Port Augusta, Port Pirie and Whyalla. Showers easing, all 18 degrees, Cooper Pedy cloudy and 19. A look at Saturday, and Cooper Pedy will be partly cloudy and will reach 21. Showers across the rest of the region. So John, unsure where our spring has gone, but hopefully some sun is on its way. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. It's back to you.
Thanks for that, Alex. And that's the local news this Tuesday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later, and the team and I will return tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.